Hi guys, I'm so excited to tell you that I won the SCBWI Narrative Art Award. That just happened this past week, and I just wanted to make a little quick video to talk about how I did the pieces for that series. So first, the idea. I got the idea from my own life. I'm a mom of 3 and we keep a box of pairless socks, so every time when we do laundry and there's a single sock, it gets tossed in the box. So we looked at that box about a month ago and put together all the socks. It ended up being over 50 pairs of socks, and some didn't even have pairs. So that got my mind on the track of thinking, what happened to all these socks that I know some of them have been pairless for years? So I had a kind of a general idea of what to do, and so Procreate is kind of the perfect place to sketch and mull over these ideas. And so these are kind of the final sketches that I did. Procreate on iPad. And then I'm going to show you a video of the progression of kind of the first image as I was working on it. And so you can see I always start really loosely. I'm just kind of sketching to get general ideas of where things are going. And with this one, I actually sketched a completely different composition first, and then I went and erased it all up and started all over again, and then I liked the second one better, and so I went with that. And you'll see a lot of things kind of moving around and switching spots, and so Procreate is just really great for that, for going over your sketches over and over again. And I just do a new layer and then sketch on top of the old layer and delete the old layers, and it works really great. And so when the sketch is done, what I do is I import it onto my laptop, and then from there I print it very faintly directly onto my watercolor paper. And then I wet the paper and staple it onto a piece of gator board, let it dry. And then when it's dry, I go back and draw over the faint lines with a pencil. And so you can see me doing that over here. And I like this better than tracing through with like a light table or just trying to draw, because it's just really easy. If I mess up, then I can easily just print out a new one. And for me, when I'm tracing something on a light table, it always looks mechanical for me when you turn the light off. So this way I feel like I get much more organic lines. And usually I'm just drawing right over my kind of under drawing, and so when I paint over it, the drawing underneath, doesn't really show. Or if it shows in some places, then I can edit it out in Photoshop afterwards. Oh, and I'm using arches to paint on. And so I've got a couple of videos of just me drawing. As you can see, some of them I've made it a little bit faster. And unfortunately, I don't have any videos of me actually painting these things. It's usually really dark when I'm working in my studio, and I'm working at all kinds of hours, and sometimes I just get half an hour to work, and sometimes I get several hours to work. And so I just have these videos to show of me drawing right now. And here's a little snapshot into my studio. And then this is just the last drawing, or the last image in this series. It's always fun to see people drawing super duper fast. I wish I was that fast in real life. All right, and here's a little close-up of after I'm done with the watercoloring, and then what I do is I go back and I reinforce some of the lines, make them a little bit darker if need be, and I add little details. Like for the book at the very top, I added 3 little books, I think, instead of 3 little pigs. And then when it's all done, I detach it from the gator board, and then they actually get scanned onto the computer. I usually have to scan bigger pieces like this twice. So I scan one side and then I scan the other side, and then I combine it in Photoshop. And I feel like watercolors just usually don't scan right, and so I have to do a little bit of just color adjusting and stuff in Photoshop too. And so I like to add little hidden gems in my illustrations whenever possible. And so, for example, over here, you'll see Goodnight Buddy and Sam and Dave dig a hole, and I added that kind of references to that in my underground illustration. And then I also have a background in fine art, and so I like to add little references to that whenever possible in my artwork too. I just think that's funny. And so then these are the final pieces, and you can see them all one by one. I tried to make them a little bit slower so you can see them. And I thank you so much for watching. If you would like to be notified of new content, hit subscribe under the video or sign up for my newsletter. And links for more stuff and materials that were used for this illustration can be found in the video underneath. Bye!